This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're in Birmingham here ahead of Khan versus Vargas tomorrow night. I'm joined by the man himself, Amir Khan.
How's it going? You alright?
It's been a while.
It's been a while, man. Spent a lot of time in America, training out there in Los Angeles. Made it back like 2 weeks before the fight. Finished off training camp in Bolton at my gym at the Amir Khan Academy. And now we're here in Birmingham. We had the public workout, which went really well. A great crowd came out for me, so thank you to Birmingham. And then we did the press conference, which went well. I mean, there was nothing going on. I think the only trash talking that happened in the press conference between the trainers. I just think that, Vargas' trainer is a bit, I don't think he's all there in the head, man. I mean, I don't know what he's talking about. He's a fighter himself who's been knocked out and came back. So I don't know what he's talking about when he said, when you once get knocked out, this, that, another.
He seems like he was kind of picking a row or an argument with Joe Goosen.
Yeah, Goosen, Joe. Joe is just way past that. I mean, look, he's a mature man. He's not a kid. I mean, this guy is the first time it seems to me that he's seen a bit the cameras, the amount of attention on a fight, and he's going to maximize it because he knows maybe from this he might get some more fighters, or maybe get his name out there. He did more talking than Samuel Vargas did. I mean, Vargas, seems very respectful. Obviously, I hope he is confident. He needs to be confident if he's fighting me. I just keep it chilled. I mean, I didn't say too much at the press conference. Then we had the weigh-in today, which went really well. It's the first time, I think it's the first or second time I had to take off my underwear.
Yeah, to go straight down, yeah.
Yeah, but I checked my weight here before I left the hotel. I was 0.2 under. And I didn't eat anything. I had a breakfast in the morning. I had like a small breakfast, some fruit and stuff, and I had some water, like a vegetable juice, not water, but vegetable juice I had. So I thought maybe I was well under. I was a pound under when I woke up today. So I didn't want to. I like to be right at the top of my weight, which I was after taking my boxes off and my socks off. I was right at the top of the weight. So no, I was not starving myself. I was not killing myself making weight. I mean, I made it quite easy because we trained last night at 8 o'clock, and I was 145.7. So I had a really good dinner last night as well, and I had a breakfast in the morning. So maybe I just misjudged it, or maybe my scales might have been calibrated. But look, we made the weight anyway. I think now it's going to be waiting for the fight now. Just get the fight out of the way, get the good win, but be smart in the fight because, he's going to come to fight with these Vargas. I can see, he seems ready.
He seems like he's coming here for the knockout as well, Vargas.
He can try the knockout. I mean, look, he ain't going to get no knockout. Knockout, wherever, but he's not going to get no knockout. He thinks he's going to get it. He's going to go looking for it. I think he's going to end up getting knocked out himself. Look, you have to respect what he's a good fighter, but I don't respect him at that being a top caliber fighter who shares a ring with me. So let's see what happens. I mean, he's gonna, like I said, he's come ready. We give him not only like in his last couple of fights he's had that he's lost. The few fights he's lost, he's only had 3-4 weeks of training. I gave him a full 10-week training camp, so he's going to be in the best condition ever. This could be his big lottery ticket, where from here he goes on to bigger fights. I think it's the biggest fight he's having is against me. Really, I don't think there's any other bigger fight than me. Apart from if it was Manny Pacquiao or for someone like Mayweather. So where does it go from here? Maybe a world title fight, yes. But like I said, I just can't see him winning the fight. I think stylistically, he's a perfect style for me. It's going to be tougher, but I think my boxing skills will around about round 4 and 5. I think that's when we start catching him and start hurting him. I think that's when he'll know that he's in a fight.
All the way through your career, Amir, it must be quite difficult because every fight you have, people are always talking about other fights aside from what's in front of you, and you're always
talking about this fight. Why are you talking about the previous fights? I mean, I think that's the only thing they can say. I made those mistakes myself, and obviously I paid the price for it. But I don't know why these coaches and these fighters talk about my old fights. I mean, I'm like, let it be.
The past is the past, and like I said,
past is the past. Exactly, past is the past, and obviously you can't just keep bringing that up. But look, let them keep thinking that he did this last time and this happened, that happened, and obviously when I probably knock him out, you know what time it is.
How's the relationship been with Eddie Hearn? Something that we never thought we'd ever see you two working together.
I mean, me and Eddie get on really well. we're good friends, and you know, we get along with each other. I mean, he's alright, man. He's a good guy. He's a fun guy to be around. Honestly, he's very chilled out, very happy all the time. He's just singing Joe Goosen's Happy Birthday song. Happy birthday.
Hey, mate. You
You're
alright?
right, Eddie.
How you doing? Alright? Good to see you. Alright, mate.
I was just saying to Amir, there was a point where we never ever thought, obviously, you two would be kind of working side by
still
side.
doing that story?
Yeah,
That's old news. that
I
story.
know, but I've got you two together now, so it's like.
Sometimes you look at it and you think, I always felt in my heart that it would be the right thing to do, but then I also thought, nah, it's never going to happen, is it? You know. But there's quite a few times before where we sort of talked.
Yeah, we talked a few times.
Yeah, I remember he come to a show in Liverpool and sort of sat down and said, "You should come and sign with us," you know.
Yeah, but you
he
know
looked at me as if to say,
I think Eddie, you know, I think the only time we were always like going back and forth, putting each other down was probably on social media. But whenever we met each other face to face, it was always respectful, you know. I mean, but it was something that no one ever thought that would happen. I mean, me and Eddie to be part of one team. I mean, that's what we are now. So sometimes we have to put the past behind us and move forward and see what the future is looking. You know, but at the moment, by being with Eddie, I think he'll get me the biggest fights I want. You know, there's big names out there like the KELL Brooks, like the Manny Pacquiaos, and those are fights I
people
want.
talk
You know?
about those two fights. By the way, there's a lot of fight. I mean, I have to say the Danny Garcia fight is a huge fight.
Yeah, definitely.
As well,
Hopefully
if he
comes
beats
through the
Sean
fight.
Porter,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That's
But I
another
think
big fight.
sometimes when you do these kind of things, like we start work together, it's been seamless in that there's been absolutely no hiccups, no bumps in the road, no poor communication, no mistakes. Like the first fight, great, 8,000. Tomorrow night, 8,000. And it's just, he get on his thing with LA, we lock in the opponent, everything's confirmed. It's not like, oh, we said we're going to do that and now the opponent's fallen through or that. Everything's solid, he can get on with his life, his family life, his training life. He turns up, he fights, he goes away, he does another one. At this stage in his career, you can't afford to be messed around, you know, fights falling through, waiting on money, waiting on deals to happen.
See, that's one thing I kind of realised is with Eddie, with Matchroom and what they have with Sky, the deal they have with Sky as well. I mean, fighters were always fighting and keeping busy, where I was chasing the likes of Mayweather and then chasing Manny Pacquiao. I left a lot of my career, you know, waiting around for those type of fights. But now, obviously with Matchroom, I can hopefully get those big fights that I want. And also keep myself busy. Like straight after the McGregor fight, 3 months later, I'm back in the ring again. So, I mean, this is how consistent I want to be. I want to be busy. I want to keep myself running and keep myself going as well.
And he signed with us before the DAZN deal.
Yeah.
You know?
Timing was good.
Now we got a little bit more dough in the pot for him.
Exactly. Yeah. Made some more money. So
we can
it's
make the
even
big
better.
fights in America as well.
Yeah, Eddie says obviously come through hopefully against Samuel Vargas. He really kind of wants to put the pressure on you and KELL Brook
I
to
didn't
get
say
this
that,
done.
by the way.
You did. It's on my video.
No, I said to you, they said, what will happen in the ring? And I said, I'll kind of say like, in the build up to this fight, there's been no conversation about the next fight because we don't feel like it's time yet.
Yeah.
But after the fight, the KELL Brook fight is a fight that could be made in 10 minutes, in my opinion. The Manny Pacquiao one will take a little bit longer. But what I did say to you in the interview is, if you do Brook against Khan, the winner could fight Pacquiao. Because we may end up doing something with Pacquiao anyway. But internationally, the Pacquiao fight is bigger. And from a British perspective, the Brook fight is bigger. But if the Brook fight don't happen next, I think it will never happen because I think KELL will say to me, then if the Amir fight's not on, just stick me in the biggest fight you can. Because KELL is at the stage where he's 2-3 fights away now. You know, he's looking, not an exit, but he's just saying, just get me the biggest fights possible. Whereas I think Amir's mindset is slightly different in that he's thinking more, a little bit longer than that.
Yeah,
Potentially
boxing
world
is a tough
titles,
sport, yeah.
you know. But
I mean, boxing is a very tough sport where sometimes if your heart goes off the sport, then you just want to call it a day. Luckily, you know, for me, signing a new deal in the UK with Matchroom and everything else, it's like made it back fresh again for me. You know, I love the sport again. So I mean, where does KELL Brook go from here? So what does it do from here? So maybe, you know, maybe once this fight gets over, we get over this fight, I think it's best that me, Eddie, and maybe KELL Brook speak, and hopefully we can maybe see what the best option is for me and him, and also if the Pacquiao name's there as well. I mean, look,
Who would you rather fight out of the two if you had the option?
If I had the option, honestly,
Brook
I
and
would go
Pacquiao.
for Pacquiao first.
Okay. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Why you'd want Pacquiao ahead of Brook?
I think my discussions with Manny and the money to make that fight, I think has more chance happening internationally than in the UK. I would love to do, if that fight happens, I would love to do that in the UK. So I'd love to bring Pacquiao to the UK. I'd love to Amir to get the super fight in the UK. But money is what's going to make the fight. He wants a lot of money for that fight, Amir, of course he does. So does Manny. And he wants a little bit more than I think might be in the pot for that fight, but we can work on that. But I think timing is important as well. If he breezes through Vargas tomorrow night, he has had a long camp. Does he want to have 2 or 3 weeks off and then go back into camp for a December fight, especially if it's a super fight? Or does he want to box in February or March? That's only things that he can answer, and his body will tell him after the fight.
So that's the only thing, that's where I'm up to now. I don't know if I want to fight in December or if I want to fight early next year. It depends on the injuries. God forbid, hopefully tomorrow goes really well. We don't get no injuries, no cuts, nothing less, nothing like that. Then we can go straight into another fight end of the year. But depends on, like, say, injuries. You might get a head clash, you can get cut. Anything can happen in boxing.
Let's get the win tomorrow night.
And also, we're not taking him lightly. I mean, he's going to be a tough fight. I mean, this Vargas guy, looking at him, I could see that he's come to win. He's come to fight and say, look, I ain't a pushover. And I can see in how he is, and he still looks in good condition.
Every time they fight him, it's like their world title fight. This is the best chance Vargas will ever have at cracking the big time. In his mind, this is it. Shit or bust for him tomorrow night. So Amir's expected to win, and Vargas is expected to have a go and lose. But if he can defy the odds, Sammy Vargas changes his life forever. And that's a big opportunity for a man that you have to overcome. So I'm looking forward to it. You're going to love tomorrow night because the atmosphere is going to be unbelievable.
Liverpool is amazing.
This will be better than Liverpool. This will be. I've got a feeling this is going to be very, very.
I saw the stadium when I was walking through to the weigh-in today, and I saw the stadium and I thought, wow, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's going to be
a lot bigger than Liverpool.
Yeah, a lot bigger. So let's see how it goes. But Liverpool was great though. I mean, big thanks to all the local fans that turned up. But
yeah, not forgetting the Scousers. We love you.
We know. We got
Scousers are the only ones that love me. Probably a few Scousers watching this game. We fucking hate you, lad.
But guys, there you have it, man. We're ready for the fight.
Well, I'm going to go and talk to the American Cassius over here. Secback, yeah?
Secback, reporting. All right, listen, Amir, thank you very much for talking to...
Wait, everyone's eating chocolate.
KUGAN does this to sweet a man's up, to bring them to talk. This is what KUGAN gives people for an interview.
Whoa.
That's what he gives man for an interview. Keeps them sweet.
That's all right.
KUGAN, it's not what you do, it's your mouth that fucks you up.
Take some home for the kids. Take some home for the kids, Listen, it doesn't matter how much money you make.
People are starving.
It doesn't care how much money you make. Take them home, babe. Take them home.
Hey.
Put them in all the bag.
Remember they used to do that.
Close the bag, roll it in, we'll see him.
Amir, have you seen Bill's video he made earlier on?
Which one?
Have you seen it?
You not seen it? Oh, I've done a little video of KUGAN. He asked me about, I'll make Kenny in that.
Bill did a little video.
One, yeah. But look, we got work ahead of us tomorrow. Is KELL coming there?
Yeah, apparently so.
Really?
I think he follows you everywhere you go. You come out your house.
Why would you be
go to the chip shop, KELL Brook's there. You go to the toilet, he's there. He's fucking everywhere, the cunt. Everywhere you go, he's there.
But of course he's going to be there. You're fighting tomorrow night. He's going to be there.
Let him be.
You go down to the toilet, you go to the toilet, baby, man.
Maybe.
KELL
KELL could be my biggest fan.
I think he's got American pillowcase.
And then I fight. No, listen. I imagine then I fight him. He'll become a bigger fan because I'm making some dough as well.
He just wants that bread, man. That's all it is.
But it's all good, man. Look, end of the day, we all work for that bread, innit?
But us, like I said, as fight fans for the last 5 years, this is one of the fights that we've craved to see.
Yep.
And hopefully we do get to see it at some point.
Correct.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Look, end of the day, don't blame me, blame Eddie Hearn. I mean, he's the man. Look, and he promotes us both. He tries to get away with it by saying, Eddie tries to get away with it, so, oh yeah, speak to, wait, this, that, no, speak to. But look, he knows that we both want it, we're both fighters. So Eddie has to put the change on the table.
Yeah, deep pockets.
He's got deep pockets.
He has got deep pockets.
Pays me well for these fights, so.
Just finally, Joe Goosen, obviously in your corner now, and how's that working out for you at the moment, Amir?
Very good trainer. He works me hard, pushes me. He's a gentleman, in boxing. He says it how it is. Doesn't lie. And speaks sense really when I'm in the gym with him. He's worked on my mistakes, tells me what not to do in fights, how to improve my style. Very good trainer. Nice guy as well, you know, like he's a family man. He's not into anything like, you know, like going out, doing this, doing that. He's more of a gym home guy, so I like that.
How is Virgil? Do you know?
Virgil's doing okay, yeah. I saw him at the boxing, won the fights there. We wish him all the very best for the future. Virgil's a nice guy. I still got a lot. Look, ended than me, Virgil shared 5 years together.
Yeah.
Had a great career with him. Had some great fights with him. We both made a lot of money together. And but sometimes in life you have to make a move, make a little change. And that's not because I'm upset with him or I don't like him. That's because I just thought, you know, I just need something new in my life, and that's why I did it. And he got sick a little bit. Well, look, I wish him all the very best, and look, he's up there as one of the best trainers still, in my opinion.
Certainly. All right, where are we at with this?
Can you take them away? No, give me them. Put them in the hand. Taking them home, take them for the kids.
All right, Amir, thank you very much for talking to Eiffel TV. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Thank you very much. No, thank you.
Best of luck tomorrow night, and hopefully we'll catch up with you after your fight tomorrow night.
Sure.
What's up, man? Thank you, mate.